Triple G calling Canelo and Oscar cheaters. Tony says that so much better than me. Stephen A., he's accusing him of doping. Is this a smart move by Triple G?
I don't think it's smart at all. I think it was quite foolish, to be quite honest with you. And I'm a huge, huge fan of Triple G, Max, as you well know. Listen, here's the reality of the situation. As much as I love and respect Triple G, the reality is that Canelo Alvarez is the biggest star in boxing. I don't care what anybody says. He's the biggest star in boxing right now. He's the moneymaker. And with or without Triple G, Canelo Alvarez is going to make money fighting folks. Triple G had that issue before Canelo finally agreed to fight him. That's why he stalked Canelo for so long, wanting to fight this man, because Canelo was going to bring the fans, he was going to bring the dollars to the table, obviously through the great job that Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions has done. Now, I'm in no position to sit up there and attack the legitimacy of what their arguments are. If they saw punctures in Canelo Alvarez's stomach or whatever the case may be, or footage of him taking a needle and they're swearing up and down it wasn't Mexican meat that ultimately led to the positive drug test or whatever the case may be, that's a different argument. They know more than I do. I know I want to see this fight. I know I don't want to hear about no damn bad meat in Mexico. I know that Cinco de Mayo, I'm going to be there. Lord willing, I'm going to be there in Vegas for that fight. I can't miss that. I want to see the sequel. But the reason why I'm answering the question so emphatically about how unwise it is because, Triple G, you ain't talking about backing out of the fight. You want to get paid for the fight. If I'm Canelo Alvarez and Golden Boy Promotions and you swear up and down I'm a cheater, what's to stop me from saying kick rocks? Go find somebody else to fight. I don't need your rhetoric and your gibberish and you throwing stuff out there to sully my name. If you're calling me a cheater, because what do I have to win? If I fight you and I knock you out, I cheated. If I win by decision, I cheated. The only way, I can win, I don't even know if there's a way I can win if anybody attaches that level of legitimacy to your argument. That's why I use the words unwise, Mac. I'm not attacking the veracity or lack thereof because I simply don't know. I know what I want to believe. I'm a fan of Oscar De La Hoya. I love me some Saul Canelo Alvarez, all right? And I'm a huge fan of Triple G. But if you're going to open your mouth and say this kind of stuff, but then still say you're going to fight him, well, if you still going to fight him, what the hell you opened your mouth for? That's my attitude. What do you say, Max?
Triple G is straight up and down. He's going to say he's not the type of guy to make stuff up. He's going to tell you how he feels. If you ask him a question, he is going to answer it honestly. And this is his honest assessment. Is it smart? I don't think it's an issue with two things. In terms of the fight itself, I don't know if it's an issue of smart. Again, it's just an issue of the way he feels. You know, when Floyd Mayweather was asked about Triple G, Stephen A., he said Triple G is straight up and down, no special effects. And he meant it to deride his style, to claim that he could beat Triple G. Of course, he would actually never fight him, and hasn't so far, but that's what he meant. But that was accurate. Triple G's style in the ring is very straightforward. It's why people like him. He has nothing to hide. And his personality is that way, too. I have a face-off that's going to be aired coming up with Triple G and Canelo, Stephen A. in April on HBO. And I asked Triple G real hard questions that most people would make excuses about. Was the moment too big for you against Canelo the first time? Did it affect the way you fought because you had too much to lose? And I won't tell you his answer except to say it was shockingly honest, where fighters in that situation almost never answer honestly. So if he's asked about Canelo, he's going to tell you how he feels. Now, is it smart for him to do that?
That was the question.
One of the issues with promoting a Triple G fight is, as charming as he is, as much as people appreciate the nice guy image and the way he treats fans and the straightforward, honest approach he takes, it's not always good for the gate. People like smack talk. People like controversy. People like to believe that the fighters really don't like each other. It's the reason Floyd Mayweather was such a great self-promoter. It's not because he tried to be that way. It's because he just showed you a side of himself.
But Max, what about my
point? That was genuinely who he is.
Well,
who blew up, and that helped blow him up.
But what about my point about whether or not it was smart? Because you could jeopardize the fight.
Triple G here in his honesty is helping promote this fight into a bigger deal, most likely, because the sense will be that these two guys now don't like each other. You know, even in the face-off that I did, there's a lot of respect between each other that they show, but maybe sometimes too much respect, and fans would like to see a little more bad blood. I think now you have it. This now has crossed over to from just a super fight to a grudge match, which is even better.